So this is the four-wheeler I bought. It's kind of more, I call it a four-wheeler kit. Came like this, came with like that, and then it came with this box of parts. Various engine parts, new carburetor, new piston, airbox. Apparently it's been sitting for a while. This is what all the plastic looked like. Clean this one up because I kind of want to see, like after the plastic's cleaned up, what it's going to look like. It's not actually too bad. This is a Polaris Trail Boss 330, as you probably just saw by the decal there. 2004 model. Pretty simple machine. Automatic transmission, two-wheel drive. What's going to be interesting here is I've never owned a four-wheeler before. This is going to be my first venture into messing with one. So this one might be a good candidate. I think it's, to me, it seems simple. It's, to me, the engine's like, it says it's oil cooled. To me, it looks just like an air-cooled engine, but it does have a cooler up here that it runs the oil through. Guy I bought it from said that basically the reason why they were giving up on it is because the rod bearing needs to be replaced, and you can hear it in here. It does have some play in it, so they're right. Probably what I've read is what's common with these is these oil lines will start to leak, and it gets the engine low on oil before the person realizes it, and they end up doing damage to the rod bearing. Hopefully that's all it is. The holdup for him, he actually had the piston and such, was going to replace it, but I don't know if he just didn't have the tool to get this the clutch flywheel piece off to get the engine out the rest of the way so you can open the case up. But so that's going to be kind of the first order of business. So get that off, get the engine out, see if we can put it back together. I think there's some pieces missing. I tried to kind of assess what we have here. Looks like all the rod bolts are there. I don't know if those can be reused or if they have to be replaced. These are the things that the chain for the camshaft kind of ride on. It helps keep its tension. There's only one of them. I've seen engine diagrams, and I believe there's supposed to be one for each side. There are some bolts missing. I'm missing these bolts here. Some of the stuff I just don't even know what it is. I think a lot of this stuff is body bolts. There's this stuff here in the pan too. There's a piece that's like the piece to the carburetor there. So anyway, this will probably be a multi-part series. So we try to put this thing, they're kind of a decent restoration on it. Probably trying to, if I can get it running good, be starters, and then we'll do some cleanup on it. Trying to see if we can paint some of this, get a new seat cover, just see if it'll just be kind of something, just kind of a fun little basic four-wheeler, just to kind of scoot around the farm and the tree farm with and have some fun on. So, skipping ahead, motor tear down. Really haven't done much other than just split the case here. I didn't record taking the clutch off, taking the flywheel off, but I did have the proper tools. There's the flywheel puller, clutch puller, It's critical. It's important. It makes the job a lot easier if you got the right tools, and they're inexpensive. The flywheel puller was a little bit more. It was like $50. The clutch puller I got on Amazon for like $11. Well worth it. Looking at this, so you can see the bottom. That's kind of where the oil sump would be. It's black, it's burnt. Look at the discoloration on the rod. Obviously it was hot. These bearings seem good. I don't really see any damage with them. I don't know if you'll be able to see in here, but they're in the oil pickup. I'll have to pull that out to show you. There's a bunch of, I don't know what it is. There's a bunch of stuff in there, so I don't know if that was restricting oil flow. If they just ran it low on oil. Not sure, but that definitely was starved for oil. I'm going to take that rod off. We'll see what those bearings look like. Should take this oil pickup off here. Oops. That came out with it. Ooh, that's bright. Look at all that's left in there. The whole thing is just full of junk. So it's probably pretty restricted on oil flow. I just want to show you this before I take this off. Look at the amount of play. I bet that thing had a horrible rod knock, which I guess is characteristic of these. Here are the bearings. Look at that. It's like, has a ridge on it. There's a sharp ridge. You see that? This one's not quite as bad, but it's still pretty bad. It's got a ridge too. So, I don't know, this crankshaft feels fine. I'll have to measure it and see for sure, but it looks okay. But these bearings, man, they sure took a beating. Oil starved.